Hello, my name is Lowell, pronouns he, him, and this is session two of play. Session three, given we did a session zero of Imperium, Maledictum, Plausible Deniability. Our characters are in the service of Flortoy von Grunt, who is an infractionist guild master who has some rivals, has some money to spend, and last time brought our group following a previous mission to a planet called Tempadian Tertius. Basically, all you need to know there is it's a big hive planet, hive city that they are in. He has gone to the upper tiers to talk to some people, and he has sent the team into the lower tiers to find three people who he would very much like alive. That was sort of some emphasis was placed on it because they may have information that he requires. So you headed down to some of the under high levels and eventually ended up at a big watering hole known as Knife Point and got some information there. You found out that the Vigils, which is the name for the local police constabulary, have been being a little more aggressive in the rounding up of street folk. And that's actually gotten some people nervous. Uh, Jetro made a solid contact and nothing went wrong with his interactions with a powerful fixer by the name of Arena Bifica, who once she was told that who exactly we were looking for said, "Oh, come back tomorrow," and arranged for that. And then in the meantime, or immediately after that, I think it was after Greco and Sabian were out talking to the cops. And Madfist decided to create a scene that ended up sending someone scooting. Saban and Greco followed, which eventually led them to get hold of Og Halinak. So one of the three captured. He was willing to go with you, provided that his ally was brought along, and you agreed to do that, Deltana, and eventually you moved them along. There was also a bit where Madfist and Jetro were followed by some people who may or may not have been with Bifica's gang. One of them is no longer going to be answering questions. I believe the other one did answer some questions for you about this. And I think that's where we left off with the group together, sort of in the aftermath of that. Anything else I should say? No one was injured. That's a nice surprise. So there we go. So we take up with you all there, and I think that Og, has told you again, has kind of reiterated that there were some people they were looking for him and his partners, and like when he went to talk to them, they kind of overreacted and ended up killing people that were with him, and he just managed to get out of there. Um, and he will say, "I don't know where Sethith and Chaji are, uh, where Sethith and Showa are, just to make the easier name to say. Uh, I think that Sethis did get rounded up by the Vigils in one of the sweeps, but like I don't know beyond that where they might be." And then he'll chomp down on whatever processed food blocks you've been able to provide for them. Got
So,
more mutant vampires than vampires.
yeah, in 40K, I don't think there are. I mean, I'm sure there's vampires out on a moon somewhere. Um, so the information that we were able to get from him, he doesn't know where the others are. I guess we don't need to really get too much information from him about what he has. We just need to get him alive back to our patron.
Exactly, because you're actually not entirely certain what it is that your
Right.
patron wants to get from him. The
Okay.
patron may have been a little close-mouthed about that.
Yeah. So if we have a lead on the second and the third, we should go to the vigils, I guess, and see where they might have gotten taken process from there. Rich Greco, you spoke with them. Have you filled us in on what you learned from the
Of course.
vigils?
Yes.
Um, and
And just to restate that, they told you if somebody got grabbed up, they are in level 23. There is a penal place there. That's where you should go and check.
okay. And what about the thug who survived his run-in with Mad Fist and Jethro? Is are they still around?
I think that's entirely up to you. I don't
Okay.
remember anyone finishing them off, but the question is
Yeah.
what you wish to do with them.
I was going to see if you guys how you guys felt about this. Uh, I thought we might use our patrons perk of one of our patrons perk of um, what was it? I can't find it right now, but uh, it's the one that gives us a crew. Do we not have that one? Maybe I
You have
misremembered.
plausible deniability. With
Yes.
permission, you can
Okay.
request your patron send some of their plausibly deniable connections to commit a crime of your choosing.
So, well, okay, that wasn't what I was quite thinking. I was thinking maybe we could turn him, uh, find out some more information from this guy about who else is looking for these three. That might give us a lead on where they're located. And, a guy's not going to be compelled to talk if he knows we're going to kill him. And I don't necessarily want to play that out. But if we could maybe flip
Let's
him into a low level agent.
that's a rapport check.
Okay.
Do we know where these folks are from for sure?
Which
We don't. I
folks?
don't think so.
The
I
the
saw
the
them with.
thugs.
No. So let's do the rapport check and let's do some follow-up questioning
Yeah,
here, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Okay,
Perfect.
cool,
Yeah, let's do
cool.
that. Love that. All right.
Uh,
I'll roll. Got a 50 for rapport, and I'm going to roll a 20. So,
Okay.
was that 3 degrees of
Yeah.
success?
He
Not bad.
says, he says, look, all I know is that you drew Raina's attention. She has, she does things. And I got the impression that there were some people maybe doing things parallel to you, maybe also looking for the things that you were looking for. And they went to Rhina. Uh, and when you popped up yapping, she wanted some eyes on you. And so my partner, my late partner, and I followed you, and maybe we overreacted, but we got the sense that there were it was about to be gunplay, and then there was. So these are things how things fall out. If you want to know why, you're gonna have to talk to Raina.
What did she, she said, hey, come back tomorrow. It'll be a great deal. What do you think she was going to do if I came back tomorrow?
Uh, w- um, as an educated guess, I suspect that she was going to find out what you knew.
And do you think this is just a question? And I'm asking everybody here, but I'm most interested in your answer, friend.
We are spitballing. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, should we go about getting what you know the way she would have got it from me? Is that what you'd like? Is that what you prefer?
No, that definitely is not the preference that I would have for this particular situation.
So you can see we're being awfully kind with what we could be doing here. And so I just feel like maybe we should reconsider how much you're willing to tell us about what it is we need to know. Because, brother, I don't think you have a shout out in that hive without us.
Brother, I don't think I know anything. I've told you what I got here. Like sh you you popped up. Uh, she clearly had some people that she was talking to, and she went, "Hey, you," and sent me and my pal to keep an eye on you. And then we were going to come back and say, "Here's where they are." You look disappointed, and I would really rather you not be disappointed in me, but I'm afraid that's all I know.
All you know is to have people be disappointed in you. Yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's tough out there. It's tough in the hive. What are
I
you
give
gonna
him a
do?
pat on the back. I know that feeling too.
Sabian, is there maybe something you can do with this here fella?
I can't get water from an empty vessel.
But
It's
maybe there's
true.
something on the side of the vessel he doesn't even know is there, Like a location maybe that he doesn't want to give up. Maybe some names of people we need to be watching out for because otherwise I don't know what other choice we have. I suppose we could send you back out into that hive to talk to your boss and say, hey, this is what I found. You're not going to give her our address, right? You're not going to say that. But how do I know you're not going to do that? I can't know that. Just like you know that we can't. We're in a predicament here. Memphis Greco, what do we do? What do we do with this guy?
Look, there was a double negative in there at some point, so I'm not sure what you want me to say.
uh, what's the woman's name that Og is with?
Deltana.
Deltana. There we go. There we go. Uh, Matvis is letting that conversation play out. He's watching Deltana and Og. I'm trying to figure out what that relationship is. Um,
You
yeah,
have
that.
okay. Let's have you make an awareness check.
Cool, cool, cool. I don't know what my awareness is. I'm too many tabs. That's the problem I'm
Absolutely.
having right now, and I'm just gonna roll this.
You have an awareness
Ooh,
of
and
50.
that looks terrible. That looks terrible.
Now, your fate does
That is right.
reset every session. So everybody has 3 points of fate, which you can do a
I'd like to
reroll.
use one. Yes,
Okay.
please.
So you'd be foolish not to spend your fate.
Absolutely. You'll be losing money.
Yes, that's right. Leaving it on the table.
Yes. So yeah, that will succeed. Uh, you definitely have the sense that um of the two, uh Delpana may be the more reliable. Uh, 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 at least she seems more in charge. Og, you get a sense, has kind of been worn down by things. She seems to be his romantic interest,
Okay,
and is trying to get him out of here alive.
gotcha. Yes. That is the right answer. That makes me feel better.
Uh, Sabian, anything that you are doing here?
I feel like I'm just kind of tapping my toe impatiently. Like, this guy doesn't know anything. We're still in the safe house. We know the vigils.
Yep.
So yeah, we know the vigils took this guy. Let's go get him. Who do we need to watch out for? Everybody. We don't know what we're in the middle of. The more time we're on planet, the more danger we're in.
So what do we do with this guy? Because he knows where our safe house is.
Oh
It's too bad.
shit.
It's just too bad.
I could take care of him. I can fix this.
That's why I like you, Mad Fist. You're a fixer. You're a problem solver.
Maybe you could lock me up somewhere?
Oh, I'm gonna lock you up, all right.
Lock you up. Well, let's just see. Maybe he's got something of value. Maybe you got something you can trade with. You might not have information about what your boss wanted with us, but maybe you got something you can. Maybe you got some secrets of your own.
No, it's too late for that. He already knows where we live.
But maybe we could lock him up and let him go when we're good and gone. Maybe drop a solar about his location, tied up in a locker.
As Jay the player, I don't care what we do with him.
Okay.
He knows where we live. I don't unless
Let
we're going to move.
So the
right?
assumption I'm making, just to shorten this, I think, is that
Yeah.
he gets tied up and thrown in the closet for a bit.
And maybe juiced with something to.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they've got you found it
Knock 'em
there, but
out.
they have a cornucopia of things that you could buy on the street to keep them down.
Unless we think the Vigils may want him, because then we could just take him to the Vigils. We're headed that way anyway.
Interesting.
That's an excellent idea
right.
to earn
And
a
I just
little.
don't-
Is there a way to look up a wanted board, anything on Planet?
Oh yeah, let's see.
That's my man Matt Fist with good ideas.
Let's have
Right? Because
somebody
if they'll hang on to him, then our problem is solved. Yeah.
Make a lore roll to see if you can find a warrant that you can slap on this guy. I think Sabian has the highest lore, and it's
Ooh.
just a 30.
I mean, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. I could be lucky. Could be lucky.
You will be lucky.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna
maybe somebody who's from a hive world can help. I don't know.
How does helping work? Does that actually do anything?
Yes, it
there
does.
Mechanical?
So
Okay.
and it's in fact not a rolled thing. When you go to assist somebody, then they get to roll with advantage.
Then I will
that you can flip the dice if you need to.
Then I will absolutely help Sabian. Whether it's locating, hey, there's going to be a communal terminal on the corner, and we can flash through some stuff.
Okay. So Sabian, let's have you roll.
All right. Oh, I
10.
didn't need your help. It's a 10. It's fine.
Well, with
But if you
advantage, you can
switch
make
it-
that an odd 1, so it's a critical.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think that you will find out that this guy has a pretty major off-world warrant. He is wanted. There's a bounty. There is money to be made by turning this guy in to the Vigils for some pretty heinous stuff that he did. And you see his sort of like, kind of kind goofball act fade away very quickly in this. Once he realizes that you've pulled up the data info on him. And he just gets real quiet.
Looks like you can help us out after all.
Mm-hmm.
You two kids are safe here. We got business to take care of elsewhere. I say kids too. I believe a man probably much older than I am, but that's
Yes.
Twice as old as you.
So you lock this guy down. And like,
I think, do we want to lock him down or do we want to take him with us?
I mean, lock him down as is, and he's not going anywhere. You can handle him. So the question I have then is, are all 4 of you going to the penal area? Are a couple of you going? Like, how do you want to handle this division of labor?
Well, out of character, is there anything productive that the group could be doing outside of this thing? I think the answer is no. Therefore, I think all 4 of us should go so that we can all potentially fuck this up.
Absolutely.
Do we think that Og isn't going anywhere? They're gonna sit tight?
Oh yeah, you definitely have that impression. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm good with that. So I'm okay with all of us going, but I don't think we should all go in one shot, right? I will kind of hang back, watch our rear, make sure nobody's following us, that kind of thing.
I'm
Only
with
they,
you on
if
that.
you wear some kind of helmet with a face mask that you can lower just slightly and nod to us. Only if you do that will allow.
Okay, and I'll come in. Yeah, I'll also do that. But I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be in full gear, and I'm not Jethro anymore. I'm the famed bounty hunter. Will call me
Ooh,
Trash, and yeah, I have a giant staff.
this sounds like a plan.
Nice.
But yeah, I do agree. I think two of us. I think, and it's I personally, Greco, you've already made the kind of inroads with the vigils. It makes sense to me for it to be you and one other person. So
Who do you
And
think
then
you
the other
could
two of us
use?
So who is talking and who is watching?
watching.
Okay.
I mean,
So Manfis is watching.
probably talking, right?
Okay. So Sabian and Greco and are going up and talking. I was my assumption. Okay. Uh,
Yep.
so we did establish last time, Greco, you had gotten some information, you'd gotten some details. You talked to one of the vigils there, and you will go to this big penal level for this place. It is cleaner than the other levels you've been in, but in the sense that scouring something with acid and bleach is cleaner. The place is kind of, got a nasty smell to it, that washed down smell. This is the place where the vigils throw people. They go into the place and eventually they come out somewhere on the other side. And, there will be armed guards watching the place as you approach. And when you get sort of like within the perimeter, you'll hear an automated voice go, "Stop and identify yourself and your purposes. You have 30 seconds."
Are you talking?
We've got a prisoner to turn in for a bounty.
Affirmative, hold on.
Good, I didn't
And
have 20 more seconds of bullshit.
You should have waited 20 seconds and then said it.
this is why I couldn't have come in. I would have been halfway through my whole warm up, and then I'd be iced.
one of the prison guards, they have a slightly different uniform than the visuals you've seen. They're a little more heavily armored. They'll come out and they will look over the papers you have for the bounty. And they will check it and confirm it. You see them take out something with a sharp point on it, which they jab into him. And then they kind of shake it until they get a reading. And they say, close enough. Certainly. Do you want it in creds, goods, or something else?
Something else. Information. We're looking for someone by the name of, their street name, Sethis Dold. Show the data pad picture data we've got.
Hang on a moment. See him go, goes back to the desk. You see him talk to some people. And there's a little more talking. And a little more talking than you would have expected. And it kind of goes on for a little bit. And
Sabia, if you want to hang back now, it's not a bad idea. This may go wrong.
Kind of hang like just right behind you. A little bit of you in front of me, but also not all the way back. And muscles are tensed up and there's kind of a look in the eye that means something's going on outside of your realm of sense.
Despite his tough talk, Sapien's sticking around, like Greco relaxes just a little bit more. Like, okay, good. I don't have to face this alone. All right.
One of the guards will come back and will say, we don't have a record for those prisoners in our files.
Those?
The names you gave us, we don't have those.
Oh, did we do more than
Time
one?
out. Did we?
I would assume. I'm sorry, I should have
all?
made sure.
Okay.
I totally would have,
Yeah.
because why not? We're trading for information.
Right.
So when he says names, he's looking at the two, because
Yeah.
I would not have shown him Og. That person doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
But those two. Okay, cool. Sorry, back in.
This is,
I thought only one was the lead for the vigils, but okay.
Why not? I would have shown both.
This is yeah, and they'll pause and say, you are going to want to go to the Administratum office. It's about a dozen floors up. And you see him stop and he goes, I would help you if this was within my pay grade.
Who is in a pay grade that could help us?
You should go to the Administratum office, and someone there will direct you, I'm sure. All right. Well, then here's your bounty money. And he'll pay you the bounty money. Like,
that's good, because I was thinking that wasn't enough information for the money.
Yeah, exactly.
We will also take the money.
Yeah. Clasp his hand, put him on the shoulder. Thank you.
Who will say, good luck.
What's his tone of voice with that good luck? Like, good luck? Or
like we were about to go to the guillotine.
Like he certainly feels like something is up. Like he talked with those people back there for clearly longer than he'd expected to have a conversation. There seemed to be some back and forth. Like there was some shit going down.
Cool.
So not the good kind of good luck.
That does seem like that was the tone of his voice.
He's being polite.
Yeah. You could head up immediately up to the Administratum to check with them. Or unless there's anything you want to do here before you move on.
Ready to move on.
Okay.
Could we go ahead?
I was just saying, we got the Vox beads,
yeah,
communicators. Yeah, so we let you guys know if there's anything you want to chip in on that.
Is there, because we're outside still, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Is there any way we can get height parity? Because they're going up someplace. Can we be in another building close to? Maybe we can't see them, but when things go sideways, I don't know. I have a sniper rifle. I'm just trying to figure out how can I be helpful if they're on the
I got an idea for that. And it actually ties into what I was going to suggest or ask. I was going to say, should we make a call before we go up there, before some of you go up there? And, our patron is a forger. Maybe we can get some documentation that suggests that Greco and Savion belong either above that administrative level or at it, since that,
nice.
Vigil was given the pay grade idea. And similarly, we could we need a couple of uniforms that can get Mad Fist and I look like janitors onto level 37 across the road, whatever,
I think with the forger, to do the kind of really basic stuff you're asking for, to get an in with the Administratum and to get some safe moving around. I think that'll take just a few hours, but they can get those for you.
Okay.
Or he says the other possibility is if you want to go up and uh, just try and talk to the people there and use your influence with your patron, you can try and do that. You have a +2 with the influence relationship with your patron, so you could, it's risky to do, but you can call on your patron's influence to try and get you an in and get what you want.
Where are you seeing? Sorry. The our patron's influence is a 2.
Yeah, if
With
you look
the
down,
it's further down. Of
yeah,
course, there it
like
is. Yeah.
that's the influence he has. Against the Administratum, actually, I'm sorry, his influence with the Administratum is a 1. So he does have a little bit of pull there with them.
I'm down for either. I think it seems like we probably don't, even though this delay, the looking for this search hasn't just started today. It does seem like it's popping off in a big way. So maybe
Sure.
we don't have hours to spend. Yeah.
So I think if you do head up, uh, uh, again, rising up makes it nicer. And about 10 floors up, you will get to what essentially is the hub for the bureaucracy up here. And you're going to get in to see somebody. The question is, well, I'd like somebody to make a roll with presence, whoever is going to go in and talk, to see what level of help you're going to be able to get.
Presence, the skill based on willpower presence.
Yes.
Sorry, is that our group or the other group?
Either one, whoever is going in. I don't know if you're rearranging or you're switching around or what are you going to do?
Well, let's look
This
at
is
our
for the administrative building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go in. I got a 45 in presence. So.
Okay.
Keep the same pairings then, the
Yeah.
Overwatch and the putting themselves in
Yeah.
mortal danger right up in front of everything.
Madfist, you can probably find a perch up here because there's a lot of space out here, a lot of people waiting in queues to go in to see people, that kind of thing. It's no problem for you and Jetro to blend in there.
Nice. Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes. We will
uh,
take Overwatch.
and so, Sabian, you kind of take a little step forward ahead of Greco and are kind of taking the lead for the talk here a little bit, right?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and make a presence roll for me.
Can Agrippian help with this one?
Yes. What's your Agrippian you presence? Yeah. Yep.
Happy to.
Okay.
I'll fall into I'm the help for Sabian, although of course he thinks to himself, I wish Sabian would clean up just a little bit, but he doesn't say that. It's too late for that.
I mean, I feel like you're the bodyguard, right? Like I'm this little orphan waif and need to make sure you don't get hurt. All right. Let's see what we got.
So with the assistance, you can flip that to a 47.
And it still doesn't work.
Except if you want to call on your patron's influence, that gives you an extra success level, so you will get in.
Is fate a reroll or
It is. It is a reroll.
And they just refresh
at the beginning of each session.
Is there a reason I wouldn't want to use the patron's influence?
Yes. You wouldn't want to use it if you were like you're about to get kind of a marginal result. So there's a kind of an iffy chance there. Maybe making him look bad kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't want to throw Herr von Grun's name around if we don't have to. So I will tempt fate as it were, and re-roll.
Okay.
And it's worse.
Yeah.
Worse, everybody.
It's good that you have 2 more points of fate if you'd like to spend those resources.
You're already 2 in. Like
Yeah.
this third one's gonna be a good roll.
I gotta. I mean, it'd be foolish to step now, right?
It would be foolish. It would be a waste of the fate spent thus far getting us here. Yeah, absolutely.
Sunk cost. Nope.
Yeah, baby, 39. You're right
It's
there.
so
You're
bad that it's
cusp.
good.
So 39. So that is 1 success level. You use your patron, that's 2 success levels. Essentially, you kind of do a little bit of the cutting in line, and eventually you will find yourself in the office of Magister Jerim Busk.
It's an
And
honor, Magister. I'm not. Do I bow? Do you shake hands here? I'm sorry, I don't.
no, we're the Administratum. We don't do bows. We just do rubber stamping. Ha! A little Administratum Hute over there. Sit down. So yes, your patron has some pull. Certainly knows some people. His name is known. When I called and checked, certainly confirmed that his vessel checked in and he is upstairs, carrying out some things. So you're here on his behalf?
Yes, sir. Yes, that's the case.
So what is the situation that I, Magister Usk, can help you with?
Yes, thank you, Magister, for reminding me of your name. Some of Herr von Grunt's associates, underlings, similar to ourselves, well, not everyone listens to Herr von Grunt's directions quite as astutely as we have, and they've managed to run afoul of some of the Administratum protocol here, and they may have found themselves in a bit of a tight spot, and we would like to extricate them without sullying the good name of our patron, or of course the Administratum itself. And I kind of elbow Greco to get pictures. Get the pictures.
Please. Oh, ident codes. Okay, that'll help. Hold on. And you see him go and start typing. You can see that this is an old style monitor screen. You know, one of those ones where he has to hit the key multiple times to get to the right letter. And he's going through there and typing that and Okay. So it'll be just a minute. That's going up into the processing, and we'll see what we can get information wise. Can I offer you anything? Hot water?
Yes, that would be
It's
lovely.
clean.
Oh, fantastic.
And like he goes and like oh, almost like he has a kind of a query, like he moves something aside to as if he's very proud of this device, and he will get you both disposable cups of hot water, and he'll come back and he'll sit and he's like, that's interesting. And his phone rings.
Just be ready in case things go down. You have eyes on us.
He'll answer the phone.
Affirmative.
Okay. No. Uh, just standard. I was just going through a set of names for clearance from the last sweep. Really? If you say so, then absolutely. No. I'll pretend I didn't ask. All right. So
Yes, Magister?
You see him stop and he says, and you see him go and he pulls out from his paper a piece of vellum and he will very carefully, with very precise penmanship, write some things down. And he will fold it over and he will pass it over to you, Sabian. And he says, it seems that your companions, the people that you're looking for, are unfortunately deceased.
Oh,
I have no idea where you would look for their bodies.
that
He's
is quite a
incredibly
shame.
unsubtle about his pointing.
Kind of pushing his hand away, nodding.
Oh.
I passed my awareness roll. I get what you're doing. But that is certainly a shame. They will be remembered without their bodies in a ceremony. Then we have customs for that in our line of work. It happens more frequently than we would wish.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Allow me to see you out.
Of course, Magister Busk.
And he will walk you out into the hall, and he will start walking down the hall, and you'll actually hear like a door open at the far end of the hall and the kind of heavy boot steps of like people coming down. And he says, let's pick up the pace. And why don't we here? This is the back elevator for the bureaucrats. Why don't you and I, you and your fellows here, we'll take that down to the ground floor, and I'll let you out a side door. How about?
Thank you.
And he will take you down an express bureaucrat elevator to the ground floor, and let you out. He does look very carefully when he gets out. I would appreciate it if my name never passed your mouths again.
I've forgotten you already.
Very fair.
That is what we all aspire to as bureaucrats.
I really wanted to address them by name when I said I forgot just to see the reaction.
Wow. That's crazy.
I think I'm still not going to open the vellum till we're a little further away, hustling, I think, at this point, right?
With each step, Greco keeps glancing over at okay.
It's still going to say the same thing whenever we open it.
And I guess Madfist is like, sounds like you guys pissed that dude off. Did you get anything? Are we good? Are we bad? Where are we going? What's happening?
Yeah, you left your mic on it. Our guys are dead. What are we gonna do with this?
I imagine Jethro in particular is freaked out. He said they had to be alive and we're going to be in trouble because they're dead and we didn't even kill them. We'll meet you at the safe house.
And we'll cut forward to meeting up there. And you will, I assume at that point, open the vellum. And you will see that it says level 66. Adeptus Mechanicus processing facility. Omega. Or in British pronunciation, Omega.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes they say it that way. It's very weird to me.
Just how deep does this thing go? We're just after a couple of guys, and you've talked to two different figures, and they're like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Go down here.
This is I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little worried.
Does Og have any input into that?
Says, like, I know that there's a weird Mechanicus facility down in the Underhives. I've heard bad shit about it.
Do you know why somebody wants to put their paws on you and your two coworkers? You know what
I,
kind of people those might be?
I figured it was just the thing that you were telling me that somebody we had some info that somebody wanted.
Okay.
Could I roll a lore check to see what I might know about like what random bodies going to an Adeptus Mechanicus facility might mean? Because I have my thoughts, but I'm wondering.
Sure, let's have you roll.
I got a 32 in lore, so obviously I'm going to crush it. Oh no, wait, I have a 22 in lore.
So obviously you're going to crush it.
That extra 10 not needed because I'm
Right.
going to get a 2. Here it comes. A 27. All right, so I was really close.
It's really close.
Yeah. I mean, you know that the Adeptus Mechanicus, they are the tech priests
Hmm.
of the Empire. They make crazy things. Um, but usually they have their own planets and things like that. Uh, it's unusual that there would be one of their places kind of that down that low in the hive. Um, it'd usually be up higher, or they would have their own hive or something. So I think that's probably what you would pick up from that. You could always hit the streets and see what you could pick up.
One last question, I guess, to point of order.
Yeah,
Both of these people are supposedly at this facility. These other two that we're looking for.
apparently so.
Okay. Uh, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I do want to go out and like hit a food vendor and like eat some corpse starch and talk to some folks and just kind of be like, yeah, this reminds me of that Adeptus Mechanicus 66 thing I've heard about, right? Am I right? Because it feels like a spooky story to me. Like people talk about getting taken there. That's what in my mind, that's what it feels like. And so I want to see if there's rumors out there about what goes
I
down
have
there.
only one question for you.
Yeah, man.
Are you taking someone with you as backup? No
I
reason I would
should.
ask such a thing,
Mm-hmm.
but on the off distant chance that something were to go terribly wrong, are
Yeah,
you by
yeah, of course.
yourself or do you have someone with you?
I definitely would take somebody with me. It's a matter of who's hungry, who's interested in eating. Hey, it's on me. I have 10 solars.
I think there's
Yeah,
also
sure.
Six
somewhat
now.
of, if you think
Well,
you're going to get into a physical altercation, you may want to choose different people.
Greco, did I hear you volunteer?
sure.
Okay.
I could eat.
Yeah.
Plus, you're the one who caught the bounty money, so you've still got that burning a hole in your pocket.
He offered the solars.
Yeah,
You did.
yeah. So Jetro, you'll kind of go back in, kind of avoid the level that Knife Point is on, just because you
Mm-hmm.
know that territory. Um, let's have you make a rapport roll.
All right. I'll go ahead and spend 2 more solars. I'm down to 4. Just to cover some expenses as I eat some corpse starch.
Okay.
Report 50. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 54.
Okay. You do have lick spittle if you're sucking up to people above you, if you want to take advantage on that roll.
I think um is there somebody that would look like they're I guess I would love to is what I'm trying to say. But is the place that I'm going to, are there clearly people who I can, this person looks like they know something, so let me be a little weasel to warm up to them.
Yeah. What kind of person do you think that would be that you could find on one of these levels? Who uh
I think it could be oh hell, I don't know what I'm talking about. Jethro's good at this. He's sucking up to the person serving him the corpse starch.
Okay.
He's just like, that's amazing. You're running your own business like this. You know, not everybody has something like this. You must be a pretty person in the know. You got to get permits. You got to get all sorts of stuff for this kind of thing. It must be tough to do it. You know, with these spooky stories about Adeptus Mechanicum level 66 going on. You know what I mean? I've heard that going around. You know anything about that? Maybe.
Well, I am not one to cast aspersions upon agents of the Imperium. Blessed be the Emperor.
Blessed be the Emperor, of course, the sign of the Aquila. We're all here for him.
Absolutely. But here's the thing that I heard. I heard that it's the thing they call the Midnight Skiff. And like they put people on the Midnight Skiff at the prison and they get shipped off somewhere and they don't come back. And like they're not going to go work in another hive. They're not getting shanghaied into the army. Like they're going somewhere in place. And people say that's where they're getting sent off to. That they're doing experiments on them.
Oh, gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. It's terrible.
Absolutely.
I, ugh.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's
why they've been rounding up
heard.
lots of people. Like they're stepping up production on whatever it is they're doing.
What do you think they might be producing? What do you think that I'm not saying of course, but like what do you think it is?
I don't know. It's not anything good like corpse starch. It's something
Certainly
unpleasant.
not as good as this corpse starch. You put something in this one. I let me tell you, my friend, I've eaten corpse starch on many a hive world, and nothing good has this kick. I'm loving it.
It's the salt.
It's hard to get. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for the corpse starch and also for just sharing it, bending my whole ear. That was wonderful. It's always interesting to talk to the locals about the spooky stories going on, and I won't tell anybody about anything. You know what I mean? Like you got it. You safe. Come on, Greco. Let's get out of here.
Why did you entertain that oddball for so long?
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I don't know. It's, sometimes you get talking, you get going. It's like a machine, you can't just turn it right off. You got to let it cool down, otherwise stuff breaks. I'm pretty sure that's how machines work, Greco. I know all about machines. You might not know this actually. There was a point in time in my life where I was considering joining up with the Priesthood of Mars, right? The Adeptus Mechanicus, but I thought I don't like this midnight skiff type thing. Of course, I'm just using things I literally just heard in my ramblings. But
Sorry,
sometimes, it's well, I'm glad you asked, Greco. We very rarely get to talk these days. You're always walking around with Sabian, which is tough to me because Sabian's just over there, just I feel like truly just reading our minds 24/7, right? All the time.
I hope
You
so.
just gotta watch out.
Let me cut on that note back to Madfist and Sabian. In there, Madfist, like, remind me, what is your take on Sabian, the unlicensed psyker in the team?
If our patron says she's good, then maybe she's good, right? I'm with Jethro 24/7. I feel like she's in our brains. But I came from a feral world, and he picked me, so I'm all right. So she must be okay too. Maybe.
I'm imagining the pattern of thought where it's like you're having all these thoughts that I have no clue about, and then I guess one thing that anybody would be like, "Oh, are you hungry?" Like you're opening the fridge and reaching, like, "Oh my God, she's reading my mind."
She's reading my mind. Stay out of my head.
You've got a cereal box in one hand.
I do think too that you are getting a sense like Og is there and Deltana, and like Deltana's kind of been watching the dynamic of the four of you, And you can tell that she gets Greco, she gets Madfist, she understands what's going on there. She kind of gets what Jetro's role in this is, but she keeps watching you like she's trying to figure out what your deal is. Um, uh, Trying to guess. I mean, besides having a lot of knives on you, like because you don't exactly look like a ganger type or a military type. So she'll say, "Are you some kind of like assassin?"
Who wants to know?
No, not me. Not me. No, let's pretend I didn't ask, okay?
Look,
Yes,
you take care of Og, right?
yes.
And people might not think that that's the way things are, but it is. Sometimes appearances are deceiving like that. I help take care of these guys.
Okay.
Not in the, and actually, I think at this point, I will whip out a couple knives and like go, uh, not in the kind of way, usually, but there's lots of ways to look out for somebody.
Okay. Okay. I just curious.
I think Mad Fist is just hand fulling cereal in his mouth watching the show.
Just don't
Let's
cross me and you'll be fine.
yes. Let's take our first break. Take 10, and we'll come back. And imagine we're at the end of an elaborately long description of what you found out from Jetro.
Basically nothing.
No, yeah, I think we're eating the corpse starch, or it's corpse cereal now. I suppose
Yeah.
it's been reconstituted into those. And so, anyways,
Necroflakes.
Necroflakes, perfect, genius, love it, book it. Yeah. So, anyways, what I'm saying is, it's going to be something spooky, but there's a midnight skiff that could get us to where we need to go.
Why is it called a midnight skiff?
Because it's all right. So now I know you're not reading brains all the time, because that's a pretty easy one. It's a skiff that picks people up at midnight and takes them from, the vigils and all sorts of spots and deposits them to places unknown. Now, we don't have to take the skiff, obviously, because that sounds, again, pretty spooky, but it's going to where we need to go. Again, and this is just me trusting the word of the first corpse starch vendor I met, but he was a trustworthy guy because he's got salt. Not everybody has that. There's a saying, you've probably heard this, right? There's a saying in the galaxy, salt of the terra, right? And that means, this person, they're good people. They got salt. That's what that means.
Kind of look over at Greco. Is that what that means? Just to refresh my memory, what was on the vellum exactly?
It was level 66, Adeptus Mechanicus, processing facility, Omega.
So why wouldn't we just see if we know somebody down there, or pull some strings so we can have a conversation, grease some palms, that kind of thing? I don't want to ride a skiff.
That sounds good to me.
It's a wonderful first step. It's a genius. Man, you're coming up with a lot of ideas. You're spending a lot of time around me. That's what I'm going to say. I can see it. Your trigger fingers rubbing off on me. You saw the shots I made earlier, and
Those are good shots.
You're coming up with plans. This is a team's coming together. I love it.
So you want to try and find someone who operates down in the lower levels who might be able to get you info on the area, on what's going on there. Is that my understanding?
I guess in the In the best of all things, we could find someone who can hand those people over to us, and we could be on our way, right?
Oh, that would be lovely and easy, wouldn't it?
Avoid level 66 in its entirety.
uh, but yeah, someone who knows where our people are, and maybe
So
can get us in the door.
here is the other place where your boss has influence. He has influence among the infractionists, which means he has influence among the crime families.
Right, right.
Okay. Do you want to essentially call on that to get somebody to help you out, to at least give you a sense of what's going on there?
I think that's perfect.
Okay. Um, I think that uh, that's influence level 2. So I think let's say that this perhaps counts as your use of plausible deniability in a sense of we're not make a roll for it, but you essentially you go through his chains and
Okay.
talk to some people, and we will cut to another location. We've redressed the set. It looks a little bit like the old set, but we're clearly in a different place. The lighting set up a little bit differently, and you are seated across from a woman named Rusk. The picture's there down next to Deltana's. And she will say, so that's a weird fucking little place you're talking about. It's not a big facility, and it's kind of off the books from the standard Adeptus Mechanicus. But we have heard that people are getting requisitioned and sent on. We think there's somebody up in one of the higher place positions. Some, I don't know if it's the Administratum or the Militarum or something, that is helping out the Mechanicus down there. You want to get into the place?
Ideally, we're looking to get our people out, but
Oh,
that
dude.
means we got to go in there.
Because here's the thing is it's the only people that are in there are tech priests. Now there aren't that many of them, but that's who it's staffed by. Tech priests and servitors. Um, so there are a couple of ways to get in. They take, and she could, she's clearly heard your briefing on things. She said, we can track this deliveries, maybe get you in when that happens. That's one possibility. Another possibility is a climb down from above and then maybe a shape charge to blow open a roof. We can get you the equipment you need for that. Or we can get you in through one of the effluvium.
Probably not that one, right? Right, team? Probably not that one.
That one's probably the safest in terms of getting spotted and such, but it's also maybe not the safest in terms of your shoes and such. You're going to want respirators and things if you go in that way.
Now, hear me out, team. I know this is going to sound crazy after what I just said. What if we take the midnight skill? Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's waiting for us. We don't necessarily want to get processed, but maybe getting taken right to it. That also means the skiff's there. We can maybe take it to leave when the time is right.
Yo, fist, repel, and blow in. I like that
I,
one.
I like that one too.
All right.
So that's two. But that's not a majority. There's four of us here. Greco. I know counting's not your strong suit. Uh,
4 rope sets.
Fabian, do you have any opinion
Just
on
kind of
this?
looking at Jethro like, I get you being squeamish about wading through shit, but are you scared of heights?
I'm not scared of heights. You live in a hive world. You see some high stuff, but there's a lot of stuff under you. You don't usually fall out. Repelling, it's a little foreign to me. I'll be honest. I'm not. I'm man enough to admit when maybe I'm a little squeamish of heights. I just think if that's what you're most comfortable with, boys, then that's what you're most comfortable with.
Hey, we know how to secure you, Jethro. Don't worry. Sebian, how are you with repelling gear? You all right? Climber okay?
Just saying you're not going to fall to your death in a sewer.
Split it up. Fluvian for
No,
you
we're
too.
absolutely not splitting it up. And I'm not climbing through no
And if we are,
sewer.
I don't want the sewer one.
I think the effluvium is a bad idea because you're going to catch a lot of diseases down there. So we might succeed, but we're going to die a week from now. And again, the Midnight Skiff takes you right there. It's also got a pretty cool name. Is all I'm saying.
It's a cool name.
You know, it's not a fun ride. It's not like a playground resort kind of place.
No, of course, but Mad Fist,
the
I
corpse
think
mouse. It's not like
we
that.
we all listen. We've all been taken, we've all been taken for a ride by the law before. We've all been on a maybe not a midnight skiff, but a noon skiff.
I've never been caught by the law before.
Yeah, no, same.
Lucky you haven't. Okay, all right. All right.
The Mad Fist looks at Greco.
So repelling, we make our own way in, we make our own way out, right? It's not any path anybody's familiar with except for us, because we just made it.
Here's what we'll do. Here's a sketch out of that of the level outside of the facility. I can get you a set of people in the area who, when you exit the building, they can get you out of there fast. So that's basically a meetup point. If you don't meet up with them, they'll wait, 5 hours. And if you don't show up, they'll move on. But if you do show up, they'll get you out of there. I've got some climbers from House Delac, one of the gangs. They can walk you down through some of the superstructure and then get the rope set for you to do the drop down onto the building.
Nice.
Give me 8 hours and I can have that ready.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Speak well of me to your boss.
Of course.
If we survive.
Yes, if you survive. Anything anybody wants to do before we cut to the action?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I was gonna say I was gonna check to see if there's any gear stuff I needed to be like, oh, I have this. I should make. No, I think.
Do we need to leave contingency instructions for Og and his girlfriend?
I think that's responsible. It's a good idea.
You essentially can tell them where they need to meet up with your group and how they should get out of there. And we will cut to level, say, 63, down deep in the bowels. This is one of those levels that is abandoned. The outside casing of the level has been torn away, and so you're getting that blow in of the sort of acid storms and rain coming in through here. Big, big empty level, wet and nasty. And you will rendezvous at the point, and there are a set of, they don't look, they're probably teenagers, but maybe barely that. They're in these heavy coats, long coats. They've got these respirators. They've all got shaved heads, that kind of pale skin. They look like they've all assumed a particular uh, look for the gang, and they will do that thing where they start like parkouring down metal parts and then jumping down and climbing and making you follow. They are letting you keep up. They are here to help you, but they also kind of want to make a point that they're awesome, and maybe you aren't. Um, let's have everybody make a routine athletics check, which means you roll your athletics with a plus 20 to your skill level. Um, this is basically to see if you take some hits on the way down. Greco?
Okay. I just misspelled athletics, so let me fix that, please.
Does this do we count as having help from them or no?
No, I think this is you on your own.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Great.
Ugh, son of a gun.
Uh,
And there's no good. Wait, plus 20.
yeah.
That would be a 58. I missed it by 10.
Okay.
That's a pretty terrible roll.
So that's that you're going to take a wound, take a point of damage. What happens? Is it just like the friction burn as you slide? Is it landing wrong on your leg? Like what do we
Yeah, I
see?
kind of like the idea of like I do a rappel thing and then come back and there's something jutting out that I didn't see and twist ankle kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like,
I like the idea that maybe nobody else sees it. We see you kind of wince, but keep going. Sabian,
91.
91.
You may be surprised to find out that it's a miss.
Yes, that is a miss. Sabian, you are going to take, let's see, you got light leather. You are going to take 3 wounds. Like it's a significant hit. What happens?
I think what happens is I use a fate
Oh,
reroll.
Yes. Burn it
that
all.
that is a lot of owies. Well, at least it's not as bad. It is
Okay.
still a miss, but
Okay. So that's just going to be a wound. What does that look like for you? I think it probably is a moment where you see yourself falling and like slamming down, hitting your ribs, and the wind getting knocked out of you, and then you don't make that jump. What does happen?
so I'm picturing I think since there was a reroll, like I'm going down and I grab on to some a piece that looks steady, but it's not, and it
Mhm.
comes off in my hands, and then I like boof, and then manage to grab onto something before completely falling to my death. Uh,
Absolutely.
but I get a real good hit in there.
That you'll kind of pull yourself together. Mad Fist.
All right. You said plus 20?
Yeah,
On the dot. Look at that.
on the dot. I think it's tough. Like, how do we see that this is right at like the limits of your ability?
Yeah, so I think it's a lot of the superstructure that's exposed. I think it's narrow, it's tight, it's dark. And so normally I just assume this would be a cakewalk and I'd be looking over the non-repellers, but I'm focused, right? To make sure I miss what I'm supposed to miss. I'm hitting flat surfaces when I'm jumping down. I'm focused in, like I'm back in the army.
Absolutely. Hard, but you will make it. And Jetro, you have a decent. You don't have a decent. You have athletics.
I have the athletic skill. That is true. No advances in it, but there is a 30 in there, so I'm rolling for a 50-50.
Yeah.
Honestly, 50-50, those odds are great. Fortune favors the bold. Like I said, you all thought Jethro was scared of heights. He's not scared of heights. He doesn't like explosions.
Yeah. So Jetro, you are the one who is most agile in this situation. That's 3 success levels. I think like one of the Deluxe even kind of like gives you a like a furrowed brow and a nod of acknowledgement when you make a particularly good jump across. And then we'll get to the overhead of the facility. You're in the top levels, the superstructure scaffolding of this level, like at a dome in an arena. There's this factory building down below. All the windows have a green glow kind of coming out of them. There's the smell of the smokestack there smells like perfumed bleach kind of coming out, and you will. There's no lighting up here, so like when you descend down, no one's going to see you. And the Deluxe will hook up the rappel lines here for you and kind of get it set above, and they will tell you we'll pull up the lines when you hit the roof, and you all will descend down. We see that special forces thing. We've clearly got some stunt people in there, and you will hit the roof of this building. You know how in your kitchen the upper shelves and things, they accumulate the grease from your cooking. It just happens. It just settles up there and it gets sticky in a particular way. I think as soon as your feet touch the top of this building, you realize that there's a layer like that of about a good half-inch thickness. Uh, like 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 the worst theater you've ever been in, where they haven't washed the floors ever. And there's resistance as you lift your feet up. Um, and you will make your way around. Uh, we're going to assume that you have, in looking at the maps, you've chosen a spot that looks to be a good, you know, central hub. It's away from, say, where they're bringing people in. It's away from the main offices. It's probably in sort of the factory floor kind of thing. And you will set up there. Can I have someone make a tech roll for placing those explosives? These are prepared explosives that have been placed here for you, but it is still, I want to make sure how well this goes. So we'll say it is routine. Who has
Our
the high?
highest tech is Mad Fist with 32.
Oh my gosh!
We did not come prepared for technology. This is a worry.
That's all right. I got 2 fate points left.
Okay.
And more importantly, you know your way around shape charge, so you're not even going to need that.
That's right. I'm not going to need it. Right. All right. Uh, here we go.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yep,
15.
boy.
Oh,
What am I
yes,
talking about?
that's right. What am I even? I'm not worried.
Okay. So there is that, boom, and you will blow out a section of this factory ceiling. It will give way, and four of you will quickly drop down into this. I mean, this is just a 30-foot drop on the secondary ropes that you brought, and you will hit the ground. And you're in a, a big factory floor kind of area. You see there are various mechanical blocks, the machines that are running. You can see that there are terminals around. Again, everything lit with a greenish glow. There are various machines and sparks coming off of them and little assembly lines that are running around. And maybe things like vats of green liquid on little conveyors being moved along here. Um, and so, like, what is your plan? Are you planning on trying to find a terminal to see what information you can get? Are you planning on physically searching? Are you planning on grabbing an Adeptus and trying to like get them to tell you? What is the plan?
I think a terminal. If we have the information of when they were took, which I think we got from the very first people told us when they got grabbed,
Okay.
and so presumably we'd be able to find a terminal and see like shipment this month, a few weeks back, where did they go? But I'm not opposed to just grabbing a tech priest because that's more where my skills lie.
yeah, we saw how good we are at tech, so I don't know about hacking into
The
the
thing is,
machines.
the thing is, when you have the God Emperor on your side, as we so clearly do, obviously, right? Our actions are righteous. You roll really good, so nothing to fear here, baby. I'll hack into it right now. I got a 22. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Well, you got 3 fate points.
That's right. That's right. I do.
Now, if we want to find out information, okay, hard. But if we just need to break machines, let me know. I got a thing. I've swapped out my powers for some things that may come in more handy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a chance that one of these will signal an alarm, and we'll need to, end that fast. So that's appreciated, Savion. So let me just go ahead and yeah. Well, does anybody else want to take a crack at this terminal before I do?
Be my guest.
Please.
Let's have you roll, Jetro.
Like I said, I was going to be a tech priest at one time. I was considering the career path. Now, what I meant to say was, hold on, you gotta turn it on. Hold on. Can you actually, Mad Fist? Can you help me over here? I think there's something that needs to be jiggled in the back, and I just need to restart this. Give it 1 second. Can I get help on the action?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I will look over his shoulder.
Perfect.
Jetro.
No, kick that one over there.
I missed it by 2.
Okay.
So
So that is going to be what they call a 0 success level, leaning towards the lost side of things. So I think what we will see is we will see you pull up and find that those names and find essentially a processing bank thing. You will note that it says beside Sethith Dold's name, failure, and beside Tazichi's name, it says presently successful. And then it has like a location code for where they're stored.
Perfect, Matt. The way you were jiggling the pipe back there. Oh, well, I got the data we need. Hold on. I think I just like I just try and I just start saying out loud where the location, like have block 1-6, whatever it is, where they're located, so everybody hears it because I don't want to forget as this alarm starts going off. Savion, that's your call. I think you signal. You said something. You said, "Hey, I have this." You said, Savion, you said that if this happened, you had something.
Why are you still talking? All right. Yeah, I do. I can break machines. Abjuration Mechanicum.
Okay.
So I got to roll Psychic Mastery, right?
Yes. So Abjuration Mechanicum, the difficulty is +20 to your test there. You get a warp rating of 2. So roll your Psychic Mastery with +20.
All right, we're looking for an 85 or better. There's a lot of numbers under that, right? Ah, see?
There are a lot of numbers under that.
So I think the alarm has gone off, but I think you'll be able to crackle and shut it down, and let's say disrupt their ability to like reset the alarm or communicate position. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. What does that look like? Like when we see you do this, this is the first time we've seen you use an active visible power like this. What do we see on screen?
Let me check real quick. Okay, so yeah, this is not one that is obvious. All right. I'm trying to think about it because like I feel like this is one of the ones where she was using before she realized it. You know what? I think it's actually not cool. It's kind of stupid. Where it's just the percussive maintenance of something.
Okay.
Like she just punches the thing a couple times and it stops.
I think that is a perfectly fair approach to things.
Savion, I could have done that too. I thought when you said that you have whatever, let's keep moving. Good work. You're really pulling your own on this one.
Supposed to be a tech priest, I heard.
I said I could have been. And here's the thing, Savion. Maybe you didn't hear this, and if so, I'm sorry. But when I was growing up, I was told I could be anything I want to be.
It's a damn shame when parents lie to their kids.
It is. It is terrible.
All right.
Why are you saying my parents were lying to me?
All right.
Well, I wasn't talking about you specifically.
Right. In that case, yes, I agree. That is terrible. Let's beat feet.
So, I'm going to now share a link with you.
Link.
No, we don't want this link. No. We don't want this. We don't want the link.
Out Bear Rodeo. Out Bear Rodeo.
Yes. So you'll have to sign in, and I'll accept you to the thing, and you'll be able to see the map.
We don't know. No maps. We don't need maps.
This is Dark Chaos Mechanicum being sent my way. All right, here we go.
All right.
I actually was wanting to look at Albert Rodeo recently. Okay, Badger, love that.
Okay.
Oh, it gave me the name. I should have changed my name. Okay, I thought it was saying Badger. To join the server Badger. I was like, okay, Lowell called it Badger. Whatever, man.
Whatever. Okay, Lowell.
Oh, look at this. I love this.
This game works via zones. On your turn, you can take an action and a move. A move, you can move within the zone wherever you want, or you can move to the adjacent zone wherever you want. You can spend your action to move if you want to move twice. Other important actions, if you like, you can spend an action to aim. You can spend an action to help somebody. You can spend your action to take cover. There are some things like that. Everything here is within short or medium range because you're inside a factory. I want to point out that like the sort of darker green things that look like banks of things on the map are probably
Mhm.
raised surfaces so you can climb up onto them. They are going to block like ground level line of sight from place to place. But there's enough things to grab onto and swing up onto or climb onto to get yourself some verticality. So at this point, only one of those tech priests actually kind of moving down below has eyes on you there. And let me see if I can do this. I've put some blue boxes off to the far left.
Mhm.
That is where you want to get to. And
Now,
I'm going to do one thing before we get
okay.
too much further. I'm going to put letter codes on these guys if I can remember how to do that. Come on, let me edit the text. There we go. A, give this guy a letter code. B, that'll make things easier for me when you refer to them. Next, C.
Now not to be a stickler, but I mean, since it is 40K, should it be something like alpha and beta and delta mega?
If
Just
you
kidding,
want to
it's fine.
say those words out loud, you're more than welcome
All
to.
right.
Uh, so the alarm has
Love
gone
calls.
off. You've moved into the section where this is. There are just a little less than a half dozen of these. However, should too much time pass, others will get here, but that is significantly slowed by Sabian having disrupted the alarm system. So let's start with check everybody's reflexes. So Sabian, you actually go first.
Okay, so were you saying that? Ooh, I zoomed in by accident. Uh, like, are we currently being seen by one of the priests?
Yeah,
See, or
as that alarm goes off, you would have seen that there is a priest, and I think that there is some things in the way, but I think you see his servo arm with one of those like eye socket things is kind of up and is scanned. It's kind of spotted like where you're at. And that would be the one at C there that can kind of see you. The one
okay.
at A cannot.
I know what I want to do, but I don't know if I.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, nothing because it would put me over my threshold, and then all kinds of things are gonna go very wrong at that point. So I am going to step one. Uh, so we can go over the dark green, right?
Yep.
So I
Yeah.
think,
Unless you're doing something crazy, I think you can grab a handhold and pull yourself up on top of one of these machines.
I mean, I feel like I want to go. Oops, I can't move me, or can I?
So if you click, you see you've got the hand, and then below that is the select. If you hit select
Uh, okay.
and and then click on your token, you should be able to move your.
That did not do it.
Hmm, there you go.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, click and select, and then see if you can drag it now.
No. Anyway, what I want to do is go over the. Oh, Jethro just showed off. Uh, okay. Everybody else can move their icon. I guess I'm just gonna stay put.
Where do you want
Where
to
do you want to
go?
go? I can move you.
I want to go over the top of the one where Madfist is standing.
Okay.
And then kind of hunker down behind the square block that will prevent the priest B from seeing me.
Okay.
So
So
you mean you want to go right here?
A little further to the left, but yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think I either want you to make an athletics or a stealth test to kind of stay out of sight of that guy.
All right. And
I
if
think
you're
you probably
not
want
telling me which
stealth.
one, yeah, I was gonna say if you're not telling me which one, I know which one I'd like. Let's do a little stealth. So close and yet
So
so
I think you
far.
will get over, and you've taken cover, which that gives you some armor. But that tech priest at B has seen you. Does that seem fair?
Sure.
Okay. Next is Mad Fist.
Uh, do we know if we've been spotted?
Definitely the tech priest at C has seen you.
Oh, I seen that guy earlier. All right.
I had to reuse a token, so
Yeah.
I put my silencer on my sniper rifle.
okay.
Um, can I see him, or am I going to have to get up on something?
You can move into that hall and take a shot down that hall at him.
Perfect. That's what I want to do.
Okay. See, he looks up. He's you hear that burr, 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 burr. They talk in that digital talk to one another. You'll hear that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So move, sniper rifle drawn out. Let's have you take that shot. What is your ranged?
Uh, 50. Look at that. 50.
So you will just hit. So
Oh, no, that's yeah, I didn't roll it yet. That's the actual, sorry.
oh, I'm sorry, I
Sorry.
was looking at Sabion's roll. Okay. All right.
I was looking to see if I had anything to add to that since
Any
You
of
can
your
have that 50 if you want.
any of your talents appropriate here?
I don't think so. I didn't aim. I have Deadeye, but I didn't take the time to aim.
Okay.
Um, but I will use my tactical movement after this.
Okay.
So here's my roll.
So that is a freaking critical right out of the gate. Doubles on a success. So first thing we have you do uh, is tell me when you do a critical hit to someone like this, who is one of the standard tech priests, you're going to drop him. So, what is the critical hit? Like you pop up, he's calming to the others that he's seen intruders, and then you pop, and what does a one-shot kill from you look like?
I think maybe his vocal or his comm unit thing is visible, right? And it goes in that device or that piece of gear, and
Mhm.
it comes directly out the other side. But I think it just rips up a bunch of stuff on the way
Absolutely.
through.
There's a
Yeah.
spray of oil and blood that comes out of there, and this like the light in his eyes literally blinks out, and he'll crash to the ground there.
Nice.
And that one is DED dead. So I will remove C from the table. Uh, Next is Jetro.
Woo, that's a tough act to follow. I will
You gotta keep it going. Keep it going.
gotta keep it going. Yeah, well, I just gotta pick my target as well. Which one of these guys is gonna get it? Um, to clarify, we can go over all this stuff. We do have some sight on all of these. We can see them.
Well,
They might have cover and stuff.
right now you kind of, I think, like from where you're at, you can probably tell where A and B are.
Okay, A and B. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Because
I pick
Sabion can tell you where B is at, and A, you can probably see his like armature scanning
right.
up above.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Okay, I am going to. Um, okay, okay. I would like to. Since I can see A, I'm just going to go for A. I'm gonna pop over that wall
Okay.
And just I'm gonna just pop up. I guess is it one movement to go to an adjacent one? You said, or is
Yeah.
that two movements?
It's your movement action to go to an adjacent one.
Okay, so I will move to this adjacent zone.
Okay. So kind of arm over the machinery, leap,
Yeah,
land behind uh uh the rolling cart thing there, the processing line, the assembly line, and taking a shot. So let's have you roll.
I'm actually. Let me know if this is if I'm not able to. I'm not going to take a shot. I want to roll up with my knife and brass knuckles to try and take him out quietly
Absolutely.
because
You
my
can,
my pistols are loud. So
yes. Uh,
okay.
Weapon skill, he will resist. So the melee is a contested thing. So go ahead
Okay.
and roll your weapon skill, and I will roll my weapon skill.
Do I roll weapon skill or melee?
Sorry, melee. I apologize.
No, you're good. Whew, I beat mine by 20, sir.
So
Please and
that's
thank
two
you.
success levels. So he only got one success level. So you will have the advantage there. How much damage does your knife do?
My knife does strength bonus 2. Uh, so I think that might just be is it SB plus 2 or is it maybe just
I think it is SB plus two.
okay? So it's going to do strength is 30, so
Oh,
it's
I'm
going to
sorry.
do
Actually,
5.
it's yeah, it's your strength bonus. Yeah, so five. So like you'll stab him,
Mm-hmm.
but these guys are armored. They got some metal on them. And you will bury that in like into that chest piece there, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a little more difficult than I thought.
If I may,
Yes.
I also have the dirty fighting talent, and I'd like to
Okay.
apply that. Which is
We
if I'm in a melee, I can anytime I deal damage, I can
uh-huh.
choose to inflict blinded or deafened. If I had +3 success levels or more, which I didn't, I could inflict stunned instead. So I think I do jam that into his chest, and then oil like sprays up into his eyes
Perfect.
or into
Like
his ocular devices.
absolutely. Blinded means that he's going to have disadvantage on melee against you. Um, so
Perfect.
let's come then to Greco.
To be clear, we've had a silenced attack, a knife attack.
Yeah, that the ones that are in the close area have been calmed by the one they know there are intruders in the area, but they don't yet have eyes on you.
Hmm. Hmm. Well,
And I think we have that hall, right, from where I'm standing to like like a straight shot to where those
Yeah, around that
blue.
corner. Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's more than 35 feet.
oh, neat. You can do measuring.
Yeah,
I have a question.
yeah.
Are las pistols and las guns loud or not loud?
I don't believe they have the loud tag on them.
My
Okay.
last pistol does.
Oh, does it? Let me see.
Yeah.
Las gun. Oh
and
yeah, they
my
are
carbine
loud.
does. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
loud.
yeah.
Okay. I guess it is gonna be Jethro and I buddy up trying to take this guy down.
Okay,
I will close on aforementioned tech priest
okay,
and try to take him down with a knife.
okay. Uh,
Knife.
you have advantage because he is blinded right now,
Excellent.
which means you may flip the dice if that would work better for you. So go ahead and roll melee.
I rolled a 62, which is not good, but I can flip that with advantage to a 26,
Okay,
which is good in that my ballistic skill is 45. So that's just shy of 2 degrees, so it'd be 1, right?
It is
Plus
it is exactly
10.
2 degrees because you just minus the tens places. So that's two
Oh, neat.
success levels. And what's your damage with that knife?
I don't know.
Okay. What's your strength bonus? Like what's the tens place of your strength?
3.
Okay. So you do 3 points plus uh, the the knife there is 2, right?
Yeah, if
So,
it's the same as mine, it's
yeah.
a
So that'll be 5. So you will jam that in, and like he kind of staggers back. He's taken about half his hits. He's staggered. He's blinded, but he is still up. He is going to we'll have the bad guys go, and then we'll come back around. Uh, he is going to take swings. He's going to try and swing out with his armored fist at you, Jetro, and the servitor arm is going to try and swing at you, Greco. Uh, Let me roll before you roll your defense because this may go very badly for him. First on Jetro. So that is a 31. So he is going to hit. You may roll your weapon skill to parry or
how does
reflexes to dodge.
so disadvantage would just be I can flip them to make them worse. That's all that is. Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
All right. I will. The two options I'm sorry were reflexes or parry. Oh, go ahead.
Reflexes or your melee skill, essentially to like we use your weapon to kind of block the attack.
Got it. Yeah, I'll use my knife to block the attack away, and I'm going to be
Okay.
successful. I'm not going to be successful. I'm going to hit a 66. That's tough. That's tough for Chaboy, me.
Yes, it is. Because that's doubles. So that's going to break your knife.
No, not my trusty blade. I only have one of these things.
Yes.
I can lend you if you
Yeah. Uh you know what? I just really quick. I don't know if this changes things a little. I just
Uh-huh.
checked the knife in the gear. It is 0 plus strength bonus, a 2 plus strength. So I that's what my parentheses meant. I must have upped my strength
Oh,
after I
okay.
put the equipment in. So
Okay.
it's just strength bonus.
Well, we are not going to worry about that. We're going to take what you did already,
All right.
because I'm going to break your knife.
Yeah, you did. Sure did.
Yeah, his fist comes out, smashes into your knife, and hits that. And roll me a d10.
Yeah, I'd love to. Let me go ahead and. Oh, I should have faded that. Okay. D10, D10. Here we go. 5.
Okay, and then he swings down and he hits you in the leg. What's your armor for your light leathers?
Yep. So I have 1 armor.
Okay, so you are going to take 3 points of damage.
Oh shit! Here we go. Now we're cooking.
Okay, Rich,
I'm
that's
sorry, hold on just a second. I don't know if this is thing, but I do have this. Let me check. I have something called Guardian.
ooh,
Quick enough to interpose yourself between your allies and harm. It's a free action at the start of combat. Oh, I'm supposed to have chosen an allied character within
well,
medium
you have to
range.
remember this is the first time we're doing this, so if you want to assign that now,
Yeah, well, when normally it would have been Sabian, but she was smart enough to stay back.
okay,
Jethro ran out there all lickspittily, so I will declare him as my charge,
okay,
and he is the allied character within medium range. I am his guardian and defending him. If it's attacked within medium range, you can
okay.
immediately move to defend them.
So basically, defend means it's a reaction. You can roll your melee
Hmm.
or reflexes to essentially block the attack. If you are successful in that, then no damage will be dealt to Jetro.
Cool. I am looking for reflexes. There it is,
Reflexes is a skill.
36. And melee is ballistic skill or
Is
weapon
weapon
skill?
skill.
Okay.
So
They're
yeah,
the
so that's
same rating
melee.
for me, so
Yeah, you've got
okay.
a 55 in that.
And that's right, because I added
Melee,
more.
yeah.
Oh goodness, that's pretty good of me.
Yeah.
I should be aware of that. But I did still hit. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use Melee to defend.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So you will knock that aside. Even as the fist is about to hit Jetro. Jetro won't take any damage. His knife, blessedly, is still intact. The servo arm is going to swing at you to try and hit you. I'll roll for it. 54 will miss. So the servitor arm comes down because he's swinging blindly. And he does not hit with either of those. Let's see. Sabian, you will see that tech priest down there lifts up off the ground. There is a picture of him in the NPC tab. There on A78. He rises up on this hoverboard. And you will see him begin to float forward towards you. And he is going to move a little closer into your zone. And he will let go with his las gun at you.
Oh no.
So that will hit. You are behind cover because you took cover. So that is 4 plus that and that. Do you have armor on?
I have light leathers.
Light leathers. So let's see. Would you roll me a D10? That's 2.
That's not one of the quick options. It's also a 4.
Okay. So he will hit you in the left leg, and you are going to take, you've got that. You're going to take 4 points of damage because of the cover, and your armor will reduce that down to 4 wounds.
Okay.
As this las gun fires off, sparks through, cuts into you.
Do I need to do anything about the being in the left leg, or is that
Nope.
rolled into that? Okay.
No, I'll tell you why I rolled the error, because sometimes there'll be a critical hit, and then we'll roll on the table for leg crits. It'll be leg day at that point. Let's see. I think that E or D will move up this way, and E will move over this way because there's gunfire going on. We come back around to Sabian.
Well, my original plan of just trying to stealth over where we needed to be and find out what's going on is out the window now, all you boom boom buddies and all that noise over there.
Well,
they're all stabby and stuff. So
yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah, wasn't us. It was you getting
I
shot.
specifically chose my least effective attack to remain quiet.
So I think, Sabian, you owe it to us to use your most devastating attack.
You really don't want that.
I want that Vortex of Doom right now.
Vortex
Description says hell, I think is what it says.
Call it down.
That's the option of last resort. I think we've got 2 resorts before that, I think. So I think it is time to get a little messy though.
okay.
I think, which one do I want to do? I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, that would be very fun. The guy who just shot me is on some kind of machine sled, right?
Yes, he's floating over towards you ominously.
Yeah.
You can't see the wires even.
It's amazing the VFX they have going on here.
What they can do with CG these days.
I think. Okay, hold on. I gotta see. Like here's what I'm trying to figure out. If I want to impel and toss this guy and or his thing, or break his thing and see if I can make it explode. And I'm trying to parse the if your object's encumbrance is less than or equal to the SL of your manifest test, the object is pushed, and there's a lot more to read in that one. So I think let's just try to break it.
Okay. So let's have you make that roll.
All right, it's an 85 again. Yay, 26.
26. So by 6 levels,
Oh, let me just check what it says about that. +5 or more. The machine is destroyed and fails catastrophically.
so he is floating up. There's a dun 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 dun. We see the hit the music. He's rising up. He fires down that last thing, and then that sledge he's on explodes out. And this tech priest goes falling to the ground. I'm going to do some damage to him as well as he crashes onto that conveyor belt. That's the word for it, conveyor belt. Smashes down onto there. I think he takes some additional damage as one of the welding robots probably across his back there. He is still alive, but he is not floating anywhere.
Question about accumulating warp.
Yeah.
I gather it when I make the roll.
Uh-huh.
And then do I use it if I'm successful? And if I don't, it hangs around? Or does it? Okay.
Yeah.
At
At the end of your turn, if your current warp charge exceeds your warp threshold, you make a challenging test. So you gain warp charge equal to the warp rating. And if you successfully apply the effects, let's see here.
And if Jethro was watching, that was way more impressive than just pounding on something, because that was more of like a that looked like doing a thing.
Jethro's mid.
Yeah,
mid,
probably wasn't watching
duck.
at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Yeah. So it's not that you spend that warp charge. That's the warp charge that builds up in your body.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
guess who
crewing
needs to make a check?
Yes, you
Hell
do.
yeah. I'm not rooting against you, Savion, to be clear, Keith. I played a spellcaster in the old version of these games, and I just love it when it goes wild. So I'm just excited to see these systems.
Let's see how crazy it goes. Do you have at hand
a challenging just a base discipline psychic test?
Sure. No worries about that.
Yeah.
None.
Oh, missed it
Oh
by a lot.
no. Oh no.
So you got a fate point left?
Can I spend my fate points for hidden reroll or no?
No.
I do. And based on your total voice, I'm just gonna go ahead and use it before inquiring about anything else. That's actually worse because it's a match. So
Yeah. So let's go to that psychic phenomena table. Would you please roll me a D100?
Let's see. Psychic phenomena. It's one more, 78.
78.
Mounting paranoia.
Yes. So I think you will feel this sudden like feeling of fear and paranoia wash over the area as you let loose, as the horrors of your mind, your fears, all of that will wash over that zone. Everybody will feel Sabion's fears wash out from there. And I think Greco, Jetro, Madfist, I think like you can tell what has happened, that this is Sabian that has done this. Hey, but the good news is you get to clear all that charge.
Oh, that is good.
What kind of fears does Sabian have?
Yeah, what do they feel with this fear and paranoia?
Just looking at the chat. Oh no, oh no, oh yes, oh no.
You don't know, oh, yes.
I think it's mostly the fact that I am now a liability. as I've always actually I'm not now a liability. They've now realized that I'm a liability like I've always been. And everyone else is safe on the edges, and I'm gonna turn around and they'll just be gone.
Excellent. Uh, Mad Fist. Do you feel that?
I
Uh,
do.
what do you want to do?
Well, originally I was going to run down this hall, but now I'm scared, right?
Big guy
Can I
like
see the
you.
floating man? Is he
I
is he
think
still?
you would have. I think you would have seen him from where you're at. Are you up on the ledge there? Are you where?
No,
Are
I
you?
didn't have to. Yeah, I didn't have to
Okay.
climb up. I'm on
Yeah.
the ground.
So I think you would have seen him from your position, and then there was an explosion, and he whoop dropped below your line of sight.
Gotcha. 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 Uh, man,
You could
man, man,
easily
man, man,
climb
man.
up to get line of sight on a bunch of guys.
Yeah, let's do that. Can I do that from here?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just a
Cool.
simple move. Again, hand up. It's maybe 6, 7 feet. Grab on, pull yourself up. You will see the tech priest at E, and that the B named tech priest, who is getting zotched. Probably his cloaks are on fire at this point.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, I take a shot at E. I'm assuming B's been hurt pretty good.
Yes, been hurt pretty good, but he's still up,
See, that's hard.
as if to say that's a named foe.
Yeah, yeah. So you said that twice now. So yes, I will take a shot at B.
Okay. He is downed and prone
Mm-hmm.
from Sabion's attack, so you have a plus 20.
Oh, oh. Thank you, Sabian. Plus 20, that puts me at 70 or less.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Ooh,
55.
55 is
Crits
a
all day,
crit.
baby.
he can't be
Holy
stopped.
moly. Uh, he is named so he can take critical wounds. So roll me a d10.
A D10? Okay.
Yeah.
6.
6. And so that will be the body. And let's see. Uh, you had 2 levels of that. Roll me 1d10.
3.
3 plus that. Uh, 2 plus that is that. Uh, so I think that you will shoot him, and it goes right through the midsection, and he will roll off from that thing, and he is on fire. He's trying to keep himself up, but there is blood spraying from between his fingers there where you hit him in the midsection. You've hit something vital, and you can see him kind of stagger back. He's trying to keep to his feet to draw his own last pistol out, but he is sliding to the ground, dying.
I will tactical move. Uh, it says to cover.
Yeah, basically, you find you could, for example, drop by Sabian and get behind that conveyor belt for cover.
Perfect. I like it.
Okay.
I wasn't
Uh,
sure how far you were going to let me move with that.
oh
Yes,
yeah,
that's perfect.
yeah, because that's adjacent zone, so that's a move. Uh, let's come to Jetro.
Okay. Jethro is going to, his knife isn't broken. He ducked out of the way. Greco dove in and saved him. What a hero, an absolute unit. And he's going to, if I don't move, am I able to take an attack action? Oh, I can aim an attack, or is there anything like that?
So aim is an action.
Got it.
So
Okay. Okay. So I'm just going
you
to,
have heard a huge fucking explosion, which says to you
yeah,
that perhaps now silence is less of a consideration. Also, the feeling of fear and paranoia.
right. I'm going to draw. Man, what is my nastiest weapon? What do I got? I
Well,
think I'm actually better at
just sorry
melee.
before
Anyways.
before you do that. Sorry, Cody.
Yeah.
Um, this is like one rule I know.
Sure.
Be advised that if you don't have close quarters discipline, then
Firing will be at disadvantage or something.
Yep.
yeah, you're in
Okay.
disadvantage on a ranged attack
Yeah.
because you are in close.
Now, I will say, I think that you can, as a move, pull away from that because Greco interposed himself.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I
for
might
sure.
make
I'm
a,
happy
yeah.
to give you that cover.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I was going to also ask, is he still blinded?
Oh, yeah,
In
he's
which
still
case, maybe
blinded.
would that influence anything? But okay, so yeah, I will then, since Greco's interposed himself, I'm going to kind of step back and off to the side and draw my stub automatic, and it's burst close and loud. I don't
Okay.
think I'm going to burst. I think I'm just going to try and go for a single
Yeah.
shot on this guy.
He is blinded, so you have advantage on the attack.
Perfect. And my range is 30.
Yeah. Just don't
All
fumble
right.
and hit Greco.
Why'd you guys say that? 36. So I will just miss it. I don't know if I'm going to miss it enough that I want to roll a fate point on this. I do.
Okay.
How many more times am I going to get to roll
Yeah,
today?
you're losing money not spending it.
I'm losing money. 37. It got worse. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I step aside. I blast. I'll get him next time. Greco, I'm sorry.
Greco, your
Yeah.
action.
Oh, I don't get shot? Oh, nice.
No,
Nice.
he didn't fumble.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. I there's a moment where Greco has this like mental HUD. Last gun, last pistol, shotgun, combat, beep, 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 chainsword. Um, so yeah, he just reaches and he's got a thing where he could kind of latch and it's already vibrating by the time he brings it over his head to and I'm not going to give you any more description because if I'd say anything more that sounds cool, I will roll poorly.
Okay.
Smart, smart,
You
smart.
have advantage because he's blind.
With advantage, that becomes a 17.
So that's 4 success levels.
Uh-huh.
Uh, the base damage of
Is
the
3
chains,
plus strength, so 6.
so 6. So that's 10 points of damage. So like you take him out with this blade. Tell me what that looks like. Like where do we see you bury it? How do we see you
It
chop him?
it hits it doesn't stop until it hits somewhere above the T.
Splits that nose bone, kind of do that thing where you know how if you've ever used a chainsaw where it kind of gets a little bit stuck and you got to
Mm-hmm.
kind of pull it back. You'll do that, and the it will collapse to the floor. Um, Let me then have these guys go. B now passes on to the great machine god in the sky
You
from
did him a favor, honestly,
yeah
Memphis.
uh, from the explosion, from the shot through the abdomen, all of that. Uh, D is going to climb up here. E that. Uh, so let's see. Move into the zone. Uh, I think we're going to take a couple shots at you, Mad Fist.
Do it.
Okay.
I'm in cover.
All right.
Ah, Sabian.
First E firing at you. 31 will hit. And what's your armor?
Flak. I think
Oh,
it's 3-2.
3-2. Let's see. Let's roll the D10 to see where it hits you. So that will hit body. So you get 3 plus 4 for the cover. And they are using a standard bolt pistol. So you are going to take 5 points of damage.
All right. Yeah. I don't like that, but yeah.
And D is also going to fire at you. But will miss with the flamer that passes over your head.
That's
Fires
crazy.
that off, goes over like hits whatever things are up above you, and you'll feel like hot metal driplets fall down onto you.
That's crazy. I
Uh,
have a camoline cloak, but I don't know what
yes,
that.
if you were out in the field, you could quietly put that over yourself, and it's like a very, very good electro ghillie suit. Less
Gotcha. All right.
useful
All right.
here.
Gotcha. All right. I saw cameo or camo in there, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
definitely gives you advantage on like stealth tests and things.
Nice. All right.
Sabian,
Hello again.
it is your turn.
Oh gosh. Okay.
There is a standard tech priest who has kind of moved and shot Mad Fist, and then there is a more well armed, like he has as many weapons on him as you have knives. Tech priest who has
Oh,
climbed up on top of this thing and is let loose with the flamer at you.
let me just check. Does he have a name?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He is the other named tech priest there, RY694 in the NPC tab.
No, I gotta see his picture now, right? He also looks really cool. These guys look really cool. They've got a really good vibe. If this doesn't work out with you folks, maybe they'll let me know. All right. So I mean, here's what I'd love to do, but I feel like it might not be to the spirit of the ability of Impel. I'd love to turn that flamer on him.
Interesting.
It's I can push an object into an adjacent zone of my choice. I don't know that I have
I
fine control of
suspect
it.
what you could do with a successful roll is you could turn the flamer on the other tech priest.
Oh, well, that would be lovely too. All right, let's go for that.
Okay.
This
So
one's
let's have you make that
routine.
warp rating roll here.
Oh,
An 8.
so it's
So
so many levels of
so
space.
he's got that flamer up, pulls it up. He's still doing it, and then you jerk him to the side, and it will sprays across the conveyor belt, and it just lights up the other tech priest. He ignites there, hits him midsection. There will be a mechanical scream, and then he is no longer in this world. And this tech priest is fighting to push the flamer back towards you.
Did Jethro see that one? That's what I want to know.
Mad Fist did. Yeah, that was pretty horrible, Mad Fist. And yet, it's your turn.
Well, he's the one left, right?
He is the only one left.
Well,
If you crit a third time in a row, I'm going to be kind of salty. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I understand. I've been there as the GM before. Yes, I get that totally. Um, yeah, no. He stands up and yeah, I'll take a shot with my sniper rifle.
Okay.
Um,
So that's a 50.
all right, let me get rid of this 1d10. Oh, so I am going to use that point of fate
Please do.
because we're coming up, on the tail end of the night.
Yeah.
Gotta burn it.
Gotta burn it.
29.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's 3 success levels.
Yes.
And what does your weapon do?
8.
8. So 8 plus 3 is 11. He has armor 5, so he's going to take 6. So he staggers. Like that hits him hard. He is still up, but you can tell that has knocked the wind out of his electro sails. Jetro.
Yeah, now that Greco has finished dispatching this guy in front of him, that's not as much of a problem. So, I'm going to look around, see that there's another one. I'll go ahead and move up to here. Oh, they're technically in that other zone, aren't they? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll move into an adjacent zone. I'm here. I can move to here,
Okay.
and then I'll take a shot at um, this final tech priest.
Absolutely. Let's have you make that roll.
Cool. Before I look at it, just double check that I am rolling 30. Yep, great. Just making sure that I knew the number. All right, a
So
45. I'm gonna use my fate point, my last one. 77. That's
oh,
that's tough. That's tough.
so I think when you get up there, that flamer is still going around, and I think it sprays across your gun, and you will hear that as all the ammo in it goes off,
Mm.
and
Oh,
it's hot to your touch, and you realize that you have broken your weapon.
Well, I didn't break my weapon.
Right. It's the
Sabian
heat
broke
of
my weapon,
battle.
technically.
Yes.
But I don't know if I saw that. So,
Right.
Sabian's free on this one. This guy just can't. This flamethrower is next level. All right, all right.
Greco.
So we have a line of sight. Do I have a line of sight from the point where I am on final guy? Like if I move up a little bit, or do I,
I
because I've
think
got a long range weapon.
you'd either need to get up on the thing that's next to you or get up on the essentially the raised thing that's there by Jetro. But I think you could easily pop up where you're at. You've got a long range weapon and you could spot and shoot the guy from either of those positions.
Okay, I'd like to do that. I'll move close and kind of still guardian, like standing over Jethro. And as I'm doing so, I place the chainsword back, and we hear the little clack of the levered scabbard. And I'm already drawing out the las gun and snap off a shot. Is
Have you
burst? What does burst mean?
uh let's look at that thing. Let's see. First time we're doing this, so let's see. Burst fire 124. Uh you may choose to declare that you're firing a burst rather than a single slot shot. If you do so, you may add +1 success level, but you reduce the ammunition of the weapon by 1. So basically, when you burst, you're actually counting down the ammo. You don't normally count it down.
Mm.
Okay. I see, on the character keeper, I don't see where there's. I guess I don't know where I would track
Yeah,
ammo,
I
but
should
I
have put
can.
that on there. We have learned a lesson.
No worries, no worries. Just one.
Yeah.
I
Also,
would.
I'm going to say, just to kind of give you a sense of this, one of the things that you now have, because you've killed one of the elites, because you have taken down the foes, your superiority now, you have that, which means that you can add 2 success levels to a test now.
yes.
I'm going to be a greedy bastard in hopes of taking this guy down,
Okay.
and I will probably do that if I roll at all
Yeah.
well.
Everybody can do it. So,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So you're going to fire burst with this?
I would like to fire a burst with
Okay.
this. So,
So right now you're rolling with the 55 and you've got 3 extra success levels.
that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Oh, no.
Oof. Wow. I think a fate shall be spent
Oh
here.
no, Rich, because you've got those 3 extra success levels.
Oh, that
So
is a
that becomes
success
a
and a
hit.
crit.
Yes.
Thank God for the 3 extra success levels.
So
Holy crap.
you will crit on that guy. Roll me a d10 to see where you crit.
Okay. Give me just a moment. I almost rolled a d8. my excitement. That's a 10.
That is a 10. So that will be the body. And let's see. Let's roll another 10. Uh, so I think that shot uh, uh, goes straight through one of his lungs. Like it. What are you supposed the last blast looks like? Like all the different firing effects. So what does yours look like?
I think it's like these red laser bolts, and we just hear the ween, 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 ween sound.
Yeah.
It's very alien and terrifying.
And he that blows out, and I think you'll see him stagger back and fall off the other side of this thing and just absolutely crumple to the floor. Um, and I think that the four of you, Madfist is the only one who took any kind of real harm, right?
I mean, I got shot in the leg with a
Oh, that's right.
laser. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I can erase that if you didn't
No,
need me
no,
to
no,
say it.
no. I think you can quickly move over to the location, and you will see that in those cases are big metal floating skulls with machinery dangling down from them, remote servitor things. And you can see that that the one that is marked for Sethis, like you're looking at it and like you're checking the power levels, it's off, it's out. But the one for Showa, you can see that the lights are on in it.
We take them both.
Okay. uh kind of grab them open. They're in a fluid. It come as soon as you kind of bust it open, comes pouring out. uh uh the Showa one like has enough functionality to it that it like floats, so it's easy to pull along with you. The other one is just a big metal skull with a metal spinal column floating along with it. uh and we will see you all scatter. The clock to have more people come did not click off. Sabian disabled the alarms. So we'll see you rush for one of the side doors. And you will book out of there. You'll get to the spot outside where uh, Rusk has set up the extraction pokes. Uh, they'll kind of grab you up, move you into some back tunnels, and move you along. And we will see you get out of there. Uh, I'll look up probably scrap plate, Rich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 3-2 armor.
It's just for body though, if it's scrap plate. That's
Yeah.
why I was asking is I saw scrap plate and it seemed like not a set, but a single item. But it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'll check on that too.
Cool. Thank you.
Um, and I think we'll see all of you roll out from there and heading on up with these two skulls. And I think that's where we're going to stop for today. We'll
Wow.
pick up next time. Uh, we'll have you comms with your patron. We'll see if he wants you to maybe still pursue the other team, or if he just wants you to get out of there. But we will definitely consider this a successful mission, which means I am going to give you some experience points. So let me look at what the values for XP gain are. First time I've had to give out experience. It's not under X though. 90.
90 points. Okay.
No. That's where it explains it.
That seemed low, yeah.
That seemed low.
All right. Where's the stuff on experience rewards, GMing? Seems like something I should have known before I started.
Those two crits back to back. That was
That
amazing.
was
Pretty sick.
that was
Pretty damn sick.
that was a little sick.
So
I know you haven't asked for stars and wishes yet, but that was amazing.
I'm going to give everybody 300 XP
Oh wow.
because I don't know how much is regular. You may get less than that later on, so don't consider this precedent.
I don't know, man. There's a history
yeah,
of it. I think
yeah.
his price.
So that mission is completed. Next time we'll come back. We'll talk with your patron. One of the things you'll have a chance to do is there is a kind of a between endeavors mechanic. Like, so if you want to do some stuff, we'll do some RP, but we'll also like have a chance to do some things that you can do as prep for yourself or for the group, and we'll talk about those activities next time if that seems fair.
Cool.
I like that.
Let us go then with those 2 crits in mind. 2 stars and wishes, starting with Mad Fist.
I like the not so I do like the mechanics. Most of the time I'm not a big fan of D100 systems, but I like the different tweaks and the quirks that have been built into this so far. I like what we're seeing. What I was going to say is I like the bonding of the characters that's happening here. So I feel like as we pair off, as we get back together and we interact, I like the tightness of the characters that we're seeing.
Awesome. Anything wishes wise?
Yeah, so I think that our patron has a couple of flaws or bad things we don't know about, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to know about some of that. And I know what that means when you say I want to know, but yeah, I'd like to know.
Yeah. Actually, I think I have to take that back. I think you know all of your patron's flaws in the general, but you don't know specifically who they owe the debt to or the
Right.
enemy. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. I like to see some of that on stage.
All right. That seems fair. Jetro.
Yeah, stars. I also agree. I think the group kind of coming together in this one and having more play off of each other was a huge star. I think it was Jay who came up with the idea of taking the guy in the beginning to the vigils. I thought that was just such a clean choice of like, let's take this and move it on, and it built it into something. I thought that was really cool. I want to second the star about the system as well, like just the tweak of advantage. I think really does a lot for having a D100 system, which is fun. And also a star to you, Lil, just I appreciate how quick we started the game when the clock hit, and you kept us moving along. Like when you saw a scene was like, cool, that's wrapped up, we'll move to the next place, and there wasn't a lot of lingering. So this game moved for that. So big star there. Wishes. I wrote this wish halfway through the session where I was like, oh, let me think of a wish. Let's get to some fighting. I want to see how deadly the system can get, and then immediately it popped off. So that was a wish immediately fulfilled. And I still want to see how deadly it can get because it clearly can, right? There was that shot that was like 10 damage. If Mad Fist hadn't been behind a wall and armor, I was like, this is nuts. But I'm excited for more of that. I'm excited for the downtime / in between rules. I think that sounds really cool. And I'm gonna be excited for more psychic warp nonsense as it pops up.
Yes. Yes. A star to that. That was fantastic.
Yeah. I'll also figure out your pay next time so you have some walking around money in case you want to buy some gear and things. So we'll get that set.
Cool.
Some corpse yeast or
Yeah.
Gotta have more corpse starch.
Corpse starch. Not even healthy yeast, it's just starch. Rich, Greco.
A lot of stars that have been expressed, but I enjoyed Sabion expressing her fears across all of us. A wish for me would be to put a name or a face to that, to have a conversation about it.
Okay.
See Sabian have to open up about it at some point. Definitely not while on mission. Enjoyed the, hey, here are three options: the chicken shit option of the sewers, or you can sit and wait, or do a really cool thing. That amused me that those were the three options.
The
That
midnight skip
really
wasn't a sit and wait. Come on, guys.
tickled me. I love the, like, it's such a brilliant GM thing of like, look at all the options that you have, that we all know which option actually matters. And Cody putting up the like paper tiger of, but no, let's go walk through the effluvium. It's very funny. Very funny.
That was what I wanted to do.
See, it could have been 2 and 2. We would have had to, like,
But
I
Jethro
don't
and I
know.
couldn't come to a consensus.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Would have
wanted
been
the
2
midnight
and 1 and
skip. I
1.
thought that was the play.
Oh, right. You wanted
I
to
wanted
skip.
the take the prisoner train.
Happens when
The
you split the vote.
The midday skip was such a funny, like, what-off bit of like, here is a crazy ass rumor. I'm like, did he fail this roll? I don't
Yes.
know.
Yeah, I don't know, right?
It seems like a failed roll result to me. I'm not buying it. Like, it kept ticking off little player sensitivities of like, this is obviously a failed roll. This information is a failed roll result. So that amused me quite a lot. And Cody, like, hardcore buying
Right,
into it. Like, this
right.
is
Leaned
now my
into it.
truth, and I am the most
It
excited
was a
about mid.
successful roll. It's totally deserved.
It was not as successful. Not as successful. Uh, Doug the Tech Priests, and the named stuff, the running joke that we all had. It felt very like beer and pretzel-y in a
Hmm.
not terrible way of like, oh, is he named? Yes, he's named. It was
Yes, he's
amusing
named.
to me. Wishes. Oh, this is a stupid, selfish wish, but sometimes that's what wishes are made for. Deltana looks kind of hot. I think obviously there's no romance thing with Og because he's barely there, so
Absolutely.
wouldn't mind a chat with Deltana after people are legitimately safe. He is not going to mac on people, and like, I have your life in my hand. That is not how Greco rolls, but
But that
Oh,
seems
that's
fair. You're an effective person, I think we'll take a check at that.
I am enjoying. This is a weird star. I'm enjoying playing in a Warhammer 40K world as not an asshat. Like, Jethro's a lickspittle, but he's not a terrible person. And
right, right.
Matt Fist has done Greco dirty in the past, but he's on point now. And Sabyon may express herself in weird ways in our heads, but she seems to, like, it's nice. It's
Hmm.
it's nice to be in Warhammer 40K, but not be terrible. So I
Right,
appreciate
right.
that.
Yeah, I do dig that. Manfist.
You
Uh,
No,
go
wait.
again.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Sabyan. I get my. I'm still thinking about what Rich said, and Sabyan.
A lot of the same things that folks were saying. I also like things getting weird, especially at the end. I mean, I think seeing the tech priest was one level of weird, and then the skull stuff was very cool. And I'm very glad that I did decide to switch my specialty because some more things immediately presented itself, and willing to press a little further because I was like, oh, you just don't go over your threshold. I'm like, oh no, then just more cool stuff happens. Okay. Um, I'm not sure that I fully understand that we did it right. I'm reading through it again, but I'll ask you next time to make
Oh yeah,
sure.
I'll take a look again too if you want me to. I'll check
Because it
through.
was like, and then consult the perils table. I'm like, but it doesn't, when, what? Okay. Um, as far as wishes, I would like more weirdness. Continue on that track. And
Yeah.
I would like to see Core again. Where did he go?
Okay.
He just disappeared.
He's
He was
guarding
our
back
best
the house,
buddy.
obviously.
Yeah, we like cut back and Og is feeding us some giblets or something. Maybe
We
I
need to
didn't
have a
bring him
hang with
into
Core.
the. He's not good at repelling yet, guys. I'm
Yeah.
working on that.
We're not good pet owners right now, and we all need to face that.
I actually found a 40K cyber dog picture, and I was like, oh, but it looks a little too hound to attack hound, but
I got a pick in there for Core.
I know.
He's adorable.
No, I
it's a
was
good pick.
imagining in my head canon, Core didn't go with us because we were going to be repelling and probably fighting and stuff.
That makes sense.
Ooh, wish. I would like some. I don't want Core to ever need to attack anyone. I just want Core to have some plot armor. That's all.
Okay. That is fair.
Oh, we have Veil on harmed animals, but
Yeah.
I'm asking for plot armor
Yeah.
on top of that.
I think that
Okay,
that's absolutely fair that we can get him on the table in a fun way. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.